Good morning, I'm Billy Lopez alongside Christopher Livingston, and welcome to Ben Hines Field here in Laverne, California, the site for the SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament. It is Championship Sunday, and today's game will be between the number 2 seed Redlands Bulldogs and the number 3 seed Chapman Panthers. If Redlands wins the game, then they will be the 2018 SCIAC Postseason Champions and will then move on to regionals. However, if Chapman were to win, then they will force a final Game 7 immediately after this game. Chris, how do these two teams get here?
Well, Billy, both teams have traveled a long and hard road to get to this point. It's been a long season. It's been a long weekend for these teams, but they are ready to get things going. Redlands coming into this tournament as the number 2 seed with a 33-9 record. They had a huge 10-3 victory over Laverne yesterday. The majority of their hits and all their runs came from the first members of that batting order that we're about to see, with Will Hall at second base, Brendan Gardner at third base, Rainier Aguilar at catcher, and Brandon Moore at first base. Those are all players to watch today for Redlands. For Chapman, they came in with a 32-11 record and the number 3 seed. They had a 6-0 victory over Pomona Pitzer and another big 10-3 victory over Laverne to basically eliminate Laverne from the tournament. Connor Larkin, the center fielder, and Trevor Mars, both these guys hit home runs against Laverne. Connor Larkin, he put up 5 total RBIs yesterday, so he's a big name to watch today as well. Now, both these teams faced off on Friday, with Redlands taking a 13-6 victory over Chapman. Rainier Aguilar had 5 RBIs and 2 walks in that game for Redlands. Meanwhile, for Chapman, Alex Saruda, the right fielder, Jared Love, the first baseman, and Gavin Blodgett, the third baseman, all with at least 3 hits for Chapman. So it's going to be a pretty huge contest for both these teams. Both very competitive, both ready to get things going. Both teams hoping to come away with a championship.
Yeah, you mentioned that Friday game between Redlands and Chapman. It was at one point 13-1, and then Chapman put up 5 runs in the 8th inning, showing that they never give up, that they will come back at any cost. And then previously, before that Friday meeting, Redlands defeated Chapman 2 out of 3 games during the regular season and has outscored them 31-18. However, despite that high outscoring range, 2 of the 4 games played between these two teams have been decided by 1 run. Back on a doubleheader on February 17th, Chapman won 5-4 over Redlands, and then Redlands won 4-3 in the second game of that doubleheader. And now we step away for the singing of our national anthem. Redlands and Chapman getting ready for Game 6 of the SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament. As we mentioned, these two teams are very similar in that they have a lot of players that could get things done. The first team all SCIAC, Redlands had 5 players, Chapman had 3, and then in second team all SCIAC, Redlands had 2 members, and Chapman had 3 of their own.
Yeah, so these are definitely guys that can get the job done when they're called upon in a game like this. Well, as I mentioned before, it's been a long weekend. It's a hot day out. Now it's just going to come down to who has the tenacity, who's got the willpower to make those big hits, make those big plays to come away with a victory. Redlands is hoping to just end this here and now, but at the same time, Chapman's hoping to carry this to another game to try and take away the momentum away from Redlands and get away with the championship.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the benefit for both teams. If you think about it, Redlands, they can afford to lose one and still have a chance at capturing that championship in Game 7. And the benefit for Chapman is they've already been in an elimination game type of setting yesterday against the number 1 seed Verne Leopards, and they trounced them 10-3.
And for Redlands, you got to wonder, they've been hot this entire season, this entire tournament. So you got to wonder if at some point those bats are going to go quiet, that things just aren't going to click, and you have to wonder if it's going to be during this game.
Starting for Redlands will be Noah Jones, 5-3 win-loss record, a 4.32 ERA, 58 and a third innings pitched, 67 hits allowed, has given up 32 runs, 28 of which have been earned, has walked 16, and is striking out 37 batters. He's kind of their number 3 starter. They have a dual-headed 1-2 punch, does Redlands, with the pitcher of the year, Adam Stead, as well as Felix Minijares right behind him. So we take a look at the Chapman lineup. Leading things off in right field will be Alex Saruda. Batting second at second base, Aaron Wong. Batting third, the DH, Justin Stream. Batting fourth at first base, Jared Love. Batting fifth at third, Gavin Blodgett. Batting sixth in center field, Connor Larkin. Batting seventh at short, Jared Penniman. Batting eighth and catching, Joe Jimenez. And rounding up the Chapman lineup in left field will be Trevor Mars.
And as I mentioned, Connor Larkin, definitely the guy to watch when it comes to this Chapman offense. Hitting a big home run yesterday in that Laverne game. So did Trevor Mars, but Larkin yesterday has really turned it on. Like I said, putting up 5 RBIs to help Chapman get to this point.
And for Chapman, it's been a hot start, and thanks to their leadoff hitter, Alex Saruda, in the postseason, he's already batting .545, 6 for 11. As Noah Jones, the lefty for Redlands, into his wind. The first pitch delivered to Saruda in there for a strike. First pitch at 11:03 a.m.
Nice inside pitch there.
Saruda also has scored 4 runs in the tournament to go along with 2 runs batted in. As Noah Jones delivers another one. This time misses, 1-1 the count to Saruda.
Working that inside part of the plate early. You can look to see if he's going to try and work outside and get Saruda to take some swings, take some risks.
Saruda, not a member of the first team All-SCIAC nor the second team, but putting up good numbers here in the postseason tournament for Chapman, as the 1-1 is going to be shot off the first baseman's glove into right field, and Saruda's aboard, a leadoff runner for Chapman.
As I mentioned, he went outside this time, and Saruda was able to catch it with the tip of his bat and just flew out of the glove of the first baseman.
It'll go down as a base hit, as it was a rocket shot. Would have been a fantastic play by Brendan Moore there at first, just out of the reach.
So good start for Chapman right now, getting a guy on base already with the first hitter.
In steps the second baseman, Aaron Wong, right-handed hitter batting .300. As he squares the bunt, gets this one down to the right side. Perfectly placed by Wong, will advance Saruda in scoring position here. 1 away in the top of the first.
And you can't argue with that. Wong did his job. He got a nice bunt and was able to advance Saruda to second. So now you got a runner in scoring position already this early in the game.
Yeah, in steps the DH, Justin Stream. Stream 3 for 12 in the postseason. Has 2 RBIs, has a chance to knock in his third. With Saruda at second, top of the first, no score, 1 away. Aaron Wong bunted him over to second as the first one to stream is fouled. 0-1 the count.
Looked like that one went a little high in the strike zone and was able to get it with the tip of his bat to foul off.
Noah Jones, the lefty, out of the stretch. Fouls this one off to the left, does stream 0-2.
This time went inside with that pitch.
Stream, the senior, for Chapman. And 2 homers and 23 RBIs this season. In the hole 0-2, the 0-2's going to be chopped to the left side. Third baseman Brendan Gardner over to first in time for out number 2. And Ceruta's going to have to stay put at second.
Great fielding there, able to get the ball off of that bounce and throw it to first to get that out. Holding Ceruta at second, preventing him from getting to advance to third.
So it's going to take a 2-out hit for Chapman to get a run across. And it'll be up to Jared Love, batting .416 in the tournament, 5 for 12 with 2 RBIs. Right-handed batter, cleanup hitter. Takes a pitch from Jones high, 1-0 the count.
Jared Love, in their previous game against Redlands on Friday, he went 3 of 5, scored 1 run, and had 2 RBIs. So he's definitely a guy that you want at the plate right now.
Love in on the hand, shoots it to the shortstop, Aaron Singh, over to first in time. So despite getting Ceruta on base with a leadoff single, Noah Jones works out of trouble here in the top of the first to retire Chapman as we go to the bottom of the first. Still no score.
That was good patience by the shortstop, Aaron Singh, as he was able to wait for the ball to come to him, didn't feel pressure to throw the ball, to rush his grab or his throw to first, and was still able to get out Jared Love with really no issue.
And that's something that Redlands does. Head coach Aaron Hawley talks about their defense, being able to play a complete game, have great pitchers. We mentioned before the first pitch how they had Adam Steed to go along with Felix Minijares and then Noah Jones, who's starting this one. They also pride themselves in playing great defense right there, and that's one of those little details that you picked up right there, Chris. Starting for Chapman will be Christian Cosby, 7-3 win-loss during the regular season, 3.29 ERA, one of the lowest for Chapman. In 52 innings pitched, he's allowed 39 hits, 25 runs, only 19 of them have been earned, has walked 24 batters, and is striking out 48. So definitely has some swing and miss stuff, does the big right-handed pitcher. And he will go up against the Redlands lineup as chosen by head coach Aaron Hawley. Batting first at second will be Will Hall. Batting second at third, Brendan Gardner. Batting third and catching, Rainier Aguilar. Batting fourth at first, Brendan Moore. Batting fifth at short, Aaron Singh. Batting sixth in right field, Jordan Babbitt. Batting seventh, the DH, Joey Warner. Batting eighth in center field, Kyle Cabry. And rounding up the Redlands lineup will be the left fielder, Nick Ono.
And Christian Cosby, he's going to have to use that swing and miss stuff. He's going to have to throw his best stuff out today, especially at the top of this lineup. These first 4 hitters can really do some damage for Redlands.
Yeah, the first 4 hitters in just 2 games have collected 19 hits in the postseason already.
So they can get on base and they can score runs.
It'll be Will Hall to lead things off, batting .400 in postseason, has already scored 5 runs and has driven in 3 RBIs.
Hall went 1 of 5 in that previous matchup against Chapman, scoring two runs, hitting 2 RBIs, and was walked once.
The 6'5" junior Cosby gets the sign from Jimenez. Roxon delivers the first one to Will Hall on the outside corner, 0-1.
Nice pitch to the low outside corner. Get things going. Get ahead of that count.
Will Hall, the second baseman, takes another one. Looked like the same location. This time misses, 1-1. Will Hall, only 5'9", but batted .348 during the regular season as he takes another one outside, 2-1.
Working that outside edge of the plate, hoping to catch Hall off guard. He's gonna have to take a risk here pretty soon and go inside.
Into the wind, goes inside, misses, 3-1.
Went inside, unfortunately, was not able to catch the strike zone. You got to figure Hall has the green light to take a swing right here with this hitter's count.
Cosby into the wind, the 3-1 to Hall. Takes 3-2. The top 4 hitters in the lineup for Redlands combined .594 average, 19 hits and 32 at-bats. Will Hall, a big reason why. The payoff pitch is going to be fouled to the left side, and we'll do it again.
Gave him exactly what he wanted, pitching that right down the middle. Hall unable to make the contact that he needed to get the ball in play.
Will Hall, the leadoff hitter, putting good at bat in order here. Another payoff pitch from Cosby is chopped to the right side. The second baseman, Aaron Wong, over to first in time for out number 1.
Sounded like it would be a good hit. It just floated there a bit, bounced into the glove of the second baseman, was able to throw it to first for the quick out.
And even when they are getting out, and when I say they, I mean the top 4 hitters in the Redlands lineup, they were putting together good at-bats and exhausting the pitchers. You saw Will Hall right there, an 8-pitch at-bat. In steps the player of the year, third baseman Brendan Gardner. 6 for 8 in the postseason. The lefty takes low, 1-0.
Gardner in that first game against Chapman, he had himself a game. He went 4 of 5, 2 runs, 1 RBI, struck out once.
The 1-0. Thought about offering. 2-0.
Cosby trying to work that outside edge. He's just not getting any help from the umpire.
This one's fouled to the left side. Narrowly misses a car in the parking lot. And the count moves to 2-1 to Gardner. Cosby's 2-1 to Gardner is going to be shot to the second baseman. Once again, Aaron Wong on one hop over to his first baseman Love in time. So quickly, 2 up and 2 down.
Now batting number 14, Rainier.
That was the exact same type of hit that Hall took at the previous at-bat. Exact same bounce, exact same float to Wong, where Wong was able to pick it up and throw it quickly to Jared Love for the quick out.
So it'll be up to the catcher, Rainier Aguilar. Be a little two-out rally here in the bottom of the first. Still no score. Game 6 of the SCIAC Baseball postseason tournament between Redlands and Chapman, as Aguilar comes up empty, swinging 0-1.
Nice pitch by Cosby. Aguilar not able to make any sort of contact, just hit nothing but air.
Cosby into the wind, misses outside, 1-1. Chapman with their gray on gray, Redlands with their white on white. Redlands, the home team here at Ben Hines Field, as they are the higher seed, number 2 seed compared to the Chapman number 3 seed. As Aguilar awaits the 1-1, takes a strike up around the letters, 1-2.
Nice little off-speed pitch up high in the zone. Aguilar was not looking for that as he just watched it fly by him. Aguilar went 1 for 1 in that first game.
Takes a pitch upstairs, 2-2. Christian Cosby, after struggling last season at an 11.17 ERA, has bounced back and been one of the lead arms for Chapman, 52 innings and a 3.29 ERA. Roxon delivers. The 2-2 is going to be fouled.
Also in that first game against Redlands, against Chapman, Aguilar put up 5 RBIs, so he was a big deal in that first game against Chapman.
Aguilar altogether 8 RBIs in the postseason tournament, 4 for 6. Another 2-2 is inside, 3-2.
High and inside, that pitch took a while to get to the plate. Aguilar just stayed patient and let it fly by for a ball.
Second full count to the number 3 hitter, Rainier Aguilar, as Cosby delivers the payoff pitch, and this one's foul to the right. Another good at-bat put together here by a Redlands hitter. You have Christian Cosby, a strike away from going 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first, but still every pitch, every batter exhausting something out of him. So Will Hall work an 8-pitch at bat. Gardner bounced out in 5 pitches. And here's another payoff pitch to Aguilar, as this one's going to be foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 3. So Christian Cosby mows down the top of the lineup of Redlands, 1-2-3, while picking up a strikeout. We head to the top of the second. No score here at Ben Hines Field. You're watching LVTV and the SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Top of the second at Ben Hines Field, the site for the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament. Redlands and Chapman in a scoreless ball game. Still early on. Noah Jones, the lefty for Redlands, in on his second inning of work, will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters of the Chapman lineup.
Now batting number 15, Gavin Blodgett.
Both pitchers in their A game. It's an elimination game for Chapman. Need to win to force a do-or-die Game 7 for Redlands. If they win it here, it's all over. A lefty into his wind, delivers outside, 1-0 to Gavin Blodgett. Blodgett 5 for 11 during the postseason, 2 runs scored and an RBI. As the right-handed third baseman awaits the 1-0 from Jones, takes outside 2-0.
Blodgett also had 3 hits for Chapman in that game against Redlands on Friday. One of 3 players for Chapman to be able to get at least 3 hits.
Infield and outfield play Blodgett straight up. The 2-0 takes a strike around the knees, 2-1.
First 2 pitches were outside. This time he went low and inside and finally got a strike.
The lefty once again 2-1 is going to be fouled to the right side, 2-2. The senior, Noah Jones, in his 4th year with Redlands. The 2-2 is in on the hands and a little dribbler out to the shortstop. Over to first in time. A spectacular play by Aaron Singh, coming in hard, having to field that one on the infield grass.
You know Blodgett wants that one back. He was swinging hard for that one, but was not able to make the proper contact. And the ball just dribbled around there in the infield.
In steps the lefty and center fielder Connor Larkin.
Larkin definitely one of the players to watch for Chapman.
A lefty on lefty matchup as Larkin watches a ball, 1-0.
Larkin yesterday against Verne was able to hit a home run out of the park. He'll be looking to try and redo that performance today.
A 1-0 inside part of the plate, finds the strike zone, 1-1. The lefty batting .333 in postseason play, 4 of 12. 5 runs batted in. Most RBIs for Chapman in the postseason, coming off the lefty's bat as he fouls this one to the left side, 1-2 the count. Noah Jones into his wind. The 1-2 is going to be put in play to the left side in shallow left field. It'll be the shortstop, Aaron Singh, putting it out. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second.
He was able to get under that, but you have to kind of wonder if just the stress and the amount of games that they played this weekend is taking effect, because that ball, as I said, it had the elevation, but it just didn't have the power behind it to get far into the outfield. So you have to wonder if strength and endurance are going to start taking its toll in this game.
In steps the shortstop, Jared Penniman. Swinging at the first pitch, drills this one to right field. It'll be Jordan Babbitt having to shade himself from the sun to put it away for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 top of the second for Noah Jones and Redlands. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still no score here at Ben Hines Field.
Noah Jones must be feeling pretty good with himself right now. He's able to get these outs. He's only allowed 1 base hit, and he's been able to get out of these innings quickly, so it's not cutting too deep into his pitch count right now.
We mentioned it'll be a warm day here at the ballpark. 81 degrees is the game time temperature, with clear skies here in Laverne, California, and the sun might be an issue. On the second out of the top of the second, Brendan Gardner, player of the year at third base, kind of lost the ball in the sun. was shading his eyes with his glove, and it had to be the shortstop to call him off and make the play. And even in the last out, right fielder Jordan Babbitt shading himself as well to make the final out. It'll be Christian Cosby to do work in the bottom of the second. Worked a perfect inning, 1-2-3, while picking up a strikeout of Rainier Aguilar. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Redlands. Brendan Moore, Aaron Singh, and Jordan Babbitt in that order. Beautiful Sunday morning for baseball here at Ben Hines.
So Cosby did a great job putting away the first 3 members of this batting order, but now he faces off against Brendan Moore,
Now batting number 30.
a guy who can really
Moore.
put the barrel to the bat for Redlands.
Has 5 hits in 8 at-bats with 4 RBIs during postseason play. Righty on righty matchup. Infield and outfield for Chapman. Straight up. As Cosby's first pitch to Moore misses, 1-0. Center fielder Connor Larkin shading Brendan Moore towards right center field. Takes a pitch inside, 2-0.
Brendan Moore from Murrieta, California. He's 5'10", 210 pounds, a junior.
And the 2-0 is going to be swung on and shot to the second baseman. Having trouble with it is Wong, able to keep his composure and throw out Moore for out number 1. It's been a busy day for Aaron Wong at second base. 4 outs have been recorded by Christian Cosby, 3 of which have been hit to Aaron Wong.
And he's been doing a great job fielding the ball.
In steps the shortstop Aaron Singh. Takes a ball, 1-0. Singh bats almost out of a crouch. Leans over the plate. A 1-0, inside, 1-1.
And for a pitcher, it becomes difficult when your hitter is crouched like that because it shrinks the strike zone.
Cosby turns and delivers. The 2-0 is going to be put in play to the left side this time. Penniman, the shortstop, over to first in time for out number 2. 5 straight retired to start the ball game for Christian Cosby. 4 ground balls and a strikeout, keeping this powerful Redlands team out of the air early on.
Now batting number 19, Jordan Babbitt.
The right fielder Jordan Babbitt gets a shot here in his first at bat. Takes a ball high, 1-0.
Babbitt went over 2 in that original game against Chapman.
Cosby's 1-0 is going to be put in play up the middle. The shortstop Penniman over to first in time. Makes it look easily, shading to his left side and throwing off of the wrong foot. Another 1-2-3 inning for Cosby and Chapman. So we'll head to the top of the third. Still no score here in Game 6 of the 2018 Baseball SCIAC postseason tournament. You're watching LVTV and the SCIAC network.
Get your ass suit. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Top of the third here at Ben Hines Field. Redlands and Chapman, Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament. Still no score. Both pitchers doing their work. Noah Jones gave up a leadoff single to the first batter of the ball game and was able to retire 6 in a row. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Chapman. In the top of the third, Joe Jimenez, the catcher, will lead things off.
As you mentioned, both pitchers have been doing very well in this game thus far. But you also got to credit some great fielding from those infielders, being able to get those quick outs and those quick throws.
The catcher, Jimenez, ahead in the count 1-0. Noah Jones delivers the 1-0, is pulled to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Gardner at third. Throws across the diamond in time. A beautiful defensive play by Brendan Gardner going to his backhand.
Great arm strength and accuracy. That's not an easy throw from that distance to be able to get it directly into the first baseman's glove. And Brendan Moore was not, he didn't even have to make much of an effort to make that grab. The ball went directly into his mitt for a nice out.
The left fielder, Trevor Mars, takes a ball, 1-0 the count. Center fielder shading Mars towards right center field as Mars comes up empty on a big cut, 1-1.
He was definitely swinging for the fences on that one. Unfortunately, not able to make contact with the ball. Mars trying to get another home run as he did yesterday against Laverne.
The 1-1 is high, 2-1. Mars 2 for 5 in the tournament. 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Top of the third, 1 out, nobody on base, in a scoreless game as Mars takes outside, 3-1.
That outside edge has not been kind for pitchers in this game.
Hitters count for Mars, the 3-run is ball 4 inside. First walk allowed by either pitcher. Comes in the top of the third for a 1-out base runner.
Now batting number 4, Alex Saruda.
Pitching and defense has been the story at the beginning of this game. Only 1 strikeout and 1 walk.
And that walk is unfortunate for Noah Jones. He was pitching great up until that point where he just couldn't find the strike zone. And now he faces the top of the lineup and a very good hitter in Alex Saruda.
Saruda watches the strike, 0-1. Saruda 7 of 12 in postseason play, including his single to lead off the game. Still the only hit in the game off the bat of the right fielder. Jones looks at first, now comes to Saruda inside, 1-1.
The ball hung there for a bit, but then it kind of curved inside to Saruda.
The walk allowed by Jones ended 7 retired in a row. 1 out, runner at first, top of the third, no score. Jones comes to Saruda. Saruda puts this one in play into shallow center field. The second baseman, Will Hall, puts it away in straightaway for out number 2.
Looked like he wasn't able to catch all of it the way he wanted it. Was hoping to get it into that gap, get it to drop sooner, but instead it just hung up there and allowed for the grab.
It'll be the second baseman, Aaron Wong, who's been busy defensively. Looks to turn defense into offense here with his bat, as Jones will check at first. And Mars back in there standing. Aaron Wong sacrificed himself to move Saruda over to second in the opening inning. Another check on Mars. He's back in there. Wong looking for his 4th hit in postseason play. That first one from Jones did not offer, was able to hold up 1-0. Wong was tempted with that high fastball, able to lay off. Infield and outfield play Wong straight up with 2 outs and a runner at first. Top of the 3rd, no score. This one, Wong drills it deep down the left field line. A long run for the left fielder, sliding into foul territory, unable to make the play.
Ah, bad luck. I thought that one was going to stay fair, but it took a curve right there at the end to go foul.
It's a long run for Nick Ono in left field and nearly made the sliding play in foul territory. New life for the second baseman, Aaron Wong. 1-1 the count. Noah Jones, the lefty, stands near the first base side of the rubber.
It's important to note with Trevor Mars there on first with that lead that he did not have a single stolen base during the regular season.
Jones comes set. Just above the belt, the 1-1 is going to be shot down the right field line. It will stay fair and it will go off the face of the fence. They're going to round Mars from third. The relay throw to the plate is not in time, and there was a big collision. They're going to call obstruction on Rainier Aguilar. Looked like Mars was down, but now he's up and jumping as he scored the opening run for Chapman here.
Wow, what great hustle, but what a hit there at home plate. I felt that all the way up here. A lot of concern for Mars as he laid there for a bit. He got up, fired up.
Obstruction or no obstruction, Rainier Aguilar was unable to corral the ball on the relay as he was hit right when the ball was coming near his glove.
And that hit from Aaron Wong was the exact same looking hit that went to left field foul. This one managed to stay in play.
Take a look at the replay. It's a great relay play by Redlands to make the play close.
Oh, what a hit.
Looked like he advanced.
Mars caught the side of Aguilar's leg as he was going for the slide.
So it'll be a double for Aaron Wong in an RBI, able to advance to third as we take a look again on the collision here in slow motion.
Just cracked him trying to go for that slide. But great effort. Playoff baseball at its finest. Championship baseball at its finest.
And perhaps a little old school baseball as well. So the umpires getting together. It'll go down for an RBI double for Wong, able to advance to third on the relay throw home. Trevor Mars scoring from first to third to home to score the opening run of Game 6 in the 2018 Baseball SCIAC postseason tournament.
Getting a little rough for Noah Jones, giving up that walk initially, and then that huge hit by Aaron Wong.
And talk about Aaron Wong getting his first RBI of the postseason tournament, and what a time to do it. In a scoreless game against Redlands, a must-win situation for this Chapman ball club.
And that's the beautiful thing about baseball, especially in the playoffs. Anyone can take over a game. It's different when you watch basketball or soccer when you have those star players that can say, give me the ball and let me handle it. Here in baseball, the swing of a bat can completely change someone's destiny, can completely change a player's impact in a playoff series.
So after the umpires met and decided to stick with the original call, so Trevor Mars scores the RBI double. Runner at third is Aaron Wong. Still 2 outs in the top of the third. Chapman looking to tack on another run here on Noah Jones and Redlands. Justin Stream 0 for 1. Bounced out to the third baseman in his first at-bat. The lefty Jones into his wind this time. He appealed down to first, and Stream was able to hold up 1-0 the count.
Now, Justin Stream has 23 RBIs on the regular season, so you know he can bring guys like Wong home.
Has 2 this postseason as he fouls this one to the right side, out of play. 1-1 the count. Stream the DH for Chapman. Looking for a big 2-out RBI. 2 outs in the top of the third. Runner at third. 1-0 Chapman as Stream takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Now, if I'm Stream, I'm wanting to aim that ball right there into that huge gap, all that green in between second and short.
The pitch from Jones is right back at Jones. Underhand flip to first in time for out number 3.
And that's exactly where he went to on that hit. But great fielding by Noah Jones to get that ball off of that bounce. Had it got past Jones, that would have been an RBI.
But it was the RBI double by Aaron Wong, putting up Chapman early 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. That leadoff walk by Noah Jones, 1-out walk, came back to bite him.
It did. It rattled him a bit, especially giving up that huge hit from Aaron Wong, but he was able to settle down and get the remaining outs that he needed.
So as we head to the bottom of the third, Christian Cosby has worked 2 perfect innings to begin Game 6. Will face the bottom of the lineup of Redlands, 7, 8, and 9. Joey Warner, Kyle Cabry, and Nick Ono in that order. Take a look. Joey Warner, Kyle Cabry, and Nick Ono combined only 4 hits in the postseason tournament, compared to the top 4 hitters with 19 hits. So quite the difference between the top and the bottom of the Redlands lineup.
And Cosby is going to want to retire the last 3 members of this order, 1, 2, 3, to build up confidence to reface the top of that Redlands order.
And a big chance here for Redlands with the bottom of the order here coming on. If they could get some guys on base, then that top of that order will come up in big-time situations. We mentioned before, the top of the order has driven in 18 runs. So it'll be Joey Warner, the DH, to get things started for Redlands here in the bottom of the third as they trail Chapman 1-0. Cosby files in a strike 0-1. The 0-1 is way inside. nearly got Warner 1-1.
Joey Warner is a senior from Indio, California. Had a .270 batting average during the regular season, 5 RBIs.
1-1 is shot to the right side. The first baseman, Jared Love, will take it to the bag himself. In time for out number 1. A great play by the big first baseman, hustling out there as you see the sportsmanship by Joey Warner, giving him a pat on the back on that one.
I am loving the hustle. I am loving everything that Chapman is doing today. They are coming out, giving heart, body, soul, everything to win this game.
The center fielder, Kyle Cabry, steps in, takes a strike, 0-1. Cosby rocks and delivers a little half-hearted swing down the first base line, foul. And Cabry's in the hole, 0-2. Christian Cosby's 0-2 is whacked foul to the right side, out of play. Looming on deck is the left fielder, Nick Ono. 7 up and 7 down to start the ball game for Christian Cosby. As the big right-handed pitcher works his 0-2, just misses 1-2.
Cabry, a senior from Indio, California. He had a .314 batting average in the regular season, but as you mentioned, hasn't had too much luck hitting the ball in the postseason thus far.
Only 2 for 9 as the 1-2 is going to be shot to left field. Long run for Trevor Mars right in front of the warning track for a loud out number 2.
I think he heard me there and decided to take a huge swing. Unfortunately, fell right into the glove of the left fielder.
So 8 up and 8 down to begin the ball game for Christian Cosby. And that 8th out by Kyle Cabry was the first one put into the outfield and put into the air alone. 6 ground balls and a strikeout and the first flyout. In steps the number 9 hitter, Nick Ono. The lefty waves the bat over his helmet, takes a pitch high, 1-0. Ono, a member of the SCIAC all-sportsmanship team. Looks to be the first base runner for Redlands in the bottom of the 3rd. Cosby's 1-0 is fouled to the left side, 1-1.
Cosby definitely hoping to get out of this inning without allowing another base runner, especially with the top of that Redlands lineup coming up with Will Hall on deck.
2-1 the count. As Ono put the bunt sign, but then brought it back. 2-1 to Ono is inside. Three and 1.
From my view, it looked like he might have hit him, but I guess not.
It looked really close. Up around the helmet, no one likes to get hit, especially in that area.
Well, good job by Joe Jimenez, the catcher, from preventing the ball from hitting Nick Ono and allowing a base runner.
But an opportunity for Ono. 3-1 the count to the number 9 hitter for Redlands. Takes a strike, 3-2. Ono was looking to get on board anyway. It was a 1-out walk that came around to score for Chapman. Christian Cosby gets the sign from Jimenez. The payoff pitch to Ono is going to be popped up to the left side, foul. Off the protective netting. The third full count that a Redlands hitter has seen. Will Hall, Rainier Aguilar, and now Nick Ono. Cosby having to earn this final out of the third. Once again, the payoff pitch is going to be fouled behind the plate and out of play.
Ono's doing a great job staying defensive at the plate, not allowing anything to get into the glove of Joe Jimenez. Trying to stay alive and upping the pitch count of Christian Cosby.
Ono 2 for 5 in the postseason, has scored 4 runs. Payoff pitch is ball 4. That ends 8 in a row to start the ball game for Cosby, and Redlands has their first leadoff runner.
Number 3, Will
Cosby
Hall.
took a risk going low with that pitch, but the umpire called it as not being a strike. And now he faces off against the top of this Redlands lineup.
So the first base runner allowed by Christian Cosby comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Nick Ono able to work a walk. So Will Hall takes a strike, 0-1. Hall bounced out to second his first time, 0 for 1. The senior put together an 8-pitch at bat. There goes the runner. There goes the ball into center field for a base hit. It's a hard hit to center field. And so despite Ono being off with the pitch, he'll stay at second. But Redlands now with their first base hit of the ball game. At first and second, 2 outs, and the player of the year, Brendan Gardner, coming up.
That was a great hit by Will Hall, but you got to admire the effort that Jared Penniman made trying to make it that grab at second base. He had the height, just not enough to fully grab that ball. And that results into another base hit.
So a little 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third. After the walk of Ono, Cosby had to work out of the stretch for his first time, then served up a 2-out single to Will Hall. Big chance here for Redlands, 2 on, 2 out, as they trail Chapman here in the bottom of the third, 1-0. But their guy at the plate in Brendan Gardner, as he takes outside 1-0. Gardner with 3 RBIs already driven in the postseason. Rocks this one to right field. Alex Cerruta working back. It's going to be off the face of the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Rounding third and coming home is Will Hall. And Brendan Gardner delivers a 2-run double to give Redlands a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third.
What a great hit by Gardner. He hit that one deep. I thought it was going to clear the fence. Bounced off the wall and allowed for the 2 RBIs to get scored. But it was important to mention earlier how important it was for Cosby to get out of the inning when he was facing off against Nick Ono.
Take a look at the 0-1 pitch, just whacked. And it was just about 5 feet from clearing that yellow line out there in right field. As Cosby's struggling out of the stretch now. First pitch, strike 1 to Rainier Aguilar.
We are starting to witness how dangerous those first 4 spots of the lineup can be. They're already taking advantage of Cosby. after getting a feel for him in their first go-around.
0-2 the count to Rainier Aguilar, and we're also seeing, Chris, the importance of not walking anybody. The walk to Mars came across to score for Chapman, and the walk to Ono, he came around to score, but also Will Hall came in as well on that 2-run double. 2-1 Redlands, bottom of the third, and they're looking for more. With Gardner at second with 2 outs, and Rainier Aguilar, member of the first team all SCIAC, up there in the hole 0-2. Misses outside, does Cosby, 0-1.
And that's a big factor when you consider that at-bat against Ono. He was at full count, you walk him, he had 2 outs. You just had to get a simple strike or get a simple infield hit to try and get him out. But now you find yourself down 2-1, still with 2 outs.
Count evens up at 2. So good job by Aguilar. From 0-2 now to 2-2. And as Cosby trying to limit the damage here in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 is going to be poked to the shortstop, Penniman. Over to first. Good stretch there by Love at first, in time to retire the side. But Redlands able to capitalize on a 2-out walk. A 2-run double by Brendan Gardner has given Redlands a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the 4th. You're watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV3 and the SCIAC Network. Top of the 4th here at Ben Hines Field. 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV3 and the SCIAC Network. Got a good one here between Chapman University and the University of Redlands. Redlands up on top of Chapman 2-1 as they were able to rock 2 in from the reigning Player of the Year, Brendan Gardner's 2-run double.
And all is not lost yet for Chapman. There's still a lot of ball to play. They just need to relax, resettle, and try and get a few more runs on the board.
Credit to Redlands, able to answer Chapman, scoring in the top half of the third, matching it and adding 1 to it. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Chapman. Noah Jones in his 4th inning. Jared Love, the first baseman, watches a pitch inside, 1-0. Noah Jones surrendered a 1-out walk, and Aaron Wong had an RBI double to drive in Mars all the way from first. So Chapman got their first run, but now they trail after giving up 2 in the last half inning, as Love fouls this one back to the right side off the netting. 1-1.
You know, Love being in this cleanup spot in the lineup would love to get some sort of big hit to get things rolling for Chapman again.
There's the pitch and rolled over to the left side, 1-2. Love 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to the shortstop Singh in his first at bat. As we have time here, as over at Campus West, playing of our national anthem.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Back here in the top of the fourth. Jared Love at the dish. 1-2 the count. Nobody out, nobody on base. 2-1 Redlands. Noah Jones, a long look in. I guess the sign from Aguilar. Turns and delivers his 1-2 outside, 2-2. Rare occurrence, 2 national anthems during one game.
I was starting to wonder what was going on. I saw everyone stand up at first. I was thinking, oh, is there a fight going on? Wait, what's happening here?
That's what happens when the baseball team and softball team clinch #1 seeds. They host as Jared Love looks at strike 3. Window shops for out #1. Here at Campus West and Ben Hines Field, it's been very busy all weekend long with the softball, to mention, #1 seed clinching in SCIAC. They're playing CMS. Getting ready for first pitch over there. 1 out, nobody on base, top of the fourth. Gavin Blodgett. 0 for 1 today. Takes a ball outside, 1-0. Infield and outfield, straight away. Waved at and missed. 1-1 the count to Blodgett.
Jones really starting to get his confidence back, pitching some nice, making some nice throws to really catch these hitters off guard.
The 1-1 from Jones is going to be shot to the second baseman, and he has trouble with it. The throw to first is going to be not in time. It'll be the first error of the ball game. A hot shot to Will Hall at second. Had his glove down, just got underneath it. We'll see if Chapman could capitalize here with a runner at first now with 1 out in the top of the fourth.
Will Hall got a little anxious there, trying to make the throw before he had the ball completely in his glove. Dropped it, let it roll behind him, and allowing Gavin Blodgett to make that quick run for a base hit.
That's what the Chapman hustle is doing, as this one's going to be hit into right field. Long run over the head of the right fielder, Babbitt. It'll go off the fencing, and holding at third with a 1-out double by Connor Larkin. But Chapman now second and third, 1 out. And Jared Penniman coming up.
Gavin Blodgett and Connor Larkin, 2 of the very dependable bats that Chapman possess, able to make some great hits, great plays. The point now where you got 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out, down 1, in a winner-go-home contest. You got to love it.
And going back to that error by Will Hall, that's what it's going to put. It's going to put pressure on this Redlands defense. The hustle by Chapman. We've seen it already in the previous 3 1/3 innings played. Any ball hit, they're going to hustle and try to beat out anything. And Will Hall, despite it being hit very hard to him, still couldn't handle it. His first pitch swinging down the right field line is going to be a fair ball. Jared Penniman delivers a 2-run double of his own here in the top of the fourth, putting Chapman back on top, 3-2.
What a hit by Penniman. He hit it in that precise area where there were no fielders in the area, and they just watched the ball. There was the assumption that it was going to go foul, but it bounced inside the lines for fair. And then it just becomes chaotic for Redlands as they try to get the ball and try and prevent Penniman from advancing any further.
It's either an inch inside the line fair or on the chalk. It was very close. Home plate umpire with the call, ruling it fair. And now Chapman with a 3-2 lead here in the top of the fourth. Still only one out. Joe Jimenez, the catcher, looking to continue things here. Takes a pitch upstairs, 1-0. And after that error, it was just first pitch swinging by Larkin for a double, first pitch swinging Penniman for a double. And before Jones throws another pitch, Aguilar's catcher is going to go and try to settle him down.
Well, as we witnessed in the last inning in favor of Redlands, just a simple mistake as walking the batter can immediately lead to a momentum changer.
3-2 Chapman in the top of the fourth. Runner in scoring position at second is Penniman with one away. Joe Jimenez, the catcher, takes low, 2-0. Chapman playing in game 6, elimination game for them, needing to win to force game 7. Jones, the lefty, sits at the chest, out of the stretch, comes low, 3-0. So 3-0 the count to the catcher, Joe Jimenez. 0 for 1 today, bounced out to third his first at bat. A 3-0 is low, ball 4, a second walk allowed by Noah Jones. Chapman with runners at first and second, still only one out. In the left fielder, Trevor Mars coming up. It was Trevor Mars who got things started for Chapman. In the third, a one-out walk came around to score first to home on the double by Aaron Wong. And now he has a chance to add some more.
And Trevor Mars is another one of those bats, one of those big reliable bats that Chapman possesses. As mentioned earlier, he hit a home run against Verne to really help out in that 10-3 victory.
Lefty on lefty, Mars takes outside, 1-0.
Nice job laying off that pitch. It looked like he was going down the center and then just cut to the outside for the ball.
Nice slider by Jones, but Mars doesn't offer at it. So after giving up 2 first pitch doubles to Larkin and Penniman, Jones has missed on 5 straight. The 1-0 to Mars, 6 straight, 2-0.
Tried that slider again, went way out of the strike zone that time. These pitches are starting to get a little out of control for Jones. He needs to kind of settle. And that looks like what they're going to go do is have a conference, talk strategy, figure out how to face off against Trevor Mars. Try and calm down Noah Jones, because as we witnessed those last few pitches, Billy, they've been low, they've been in the dirt, they've been outside. Luckily, Rainier Aguilar has been able to prevent these balls from flying to the fence.
Yeah. And pitching coach Dave Edwards is going to try to settle him down as much as he can, missing on 6 straight after surrendering 2 straight doubles. And Dave Edwards, probably one of the best pitching coaches in all of SCIAC. Chapman consistently ranked nationally for lowest team ERA.
You know, he's hoping that he can calm down Noah Jones, because this is a pivotal part of the game right now. With only 1 out and runners on first and second. With a big hitter right here, you know you want to try and get some sort of ground out double.
So 2-0 the count. The 2-0 from Jones now finds the strike zone 2-1.
Finally got the location that he wanted, was able to hit that low outside corner for the strike.
Pitching coach Chris Hernandez able to settle him down to find the strike zone there. The lefty Mars awaits the 2-1 from Jones as he shoots this one right at the shortstop. Over to second in time for a beautiful double play. Aaron Singh spearing the line drive and then throwing to second baseman Will Hall.
And just like that, damage has been controlled. Just as I said, they needed some sort of double out play to boost Noah Jones' confidence, and they were able to get it. Great fielding by Aaron Singh.
6-4 double play. Unfortunately for Penniman at second, that ball was rocked and he just had no chance at getting back and covering his bases at second.
This is going to be one of those games, you can already tell. It's going to come down to the very end. Both these teams are hungry. Chapman fighting for their lives. Redlands wanting to end it now and get that championship.
Hey, Chris, and we talked about it. 2 of the 4 games played between these two teams all season long, 2 of them decided by just 1 run, with each team winning one of those 1-run games. And it's no surprise here that between game 5 of them, it's another 1-run game. So 2 runs on 2 hits in the top of the 4th. 1 error, 1 left on base. Chapman now up on top 3-2 as we enter the bottom of the 4th. Still on the mound is Christian Cosby. After retiring the first 8 batters, ran into trouble after walking Nick Ono, followed by a single by Will Hall. And then the player of the year, Brendan Gardner, delivered a 2-run double to, at the time, give Redlands a 2-1 lead. Chapman able to tack on 2 of their own in the top of the 4th to regain the lead at 3-2. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Redlands as Brendan Moore takes the ball 1-0. Takes a strike, 1-1 the count. Moore 0 for 1. Rounded out to Aaron Wong at second in his first at bat. Swinging a foul tip into the catcher's glove, 1-2.
Both those strikes came on the outside edge. Look for Cosby to go inside as
The 1-2 is going to be shot into left center field. The left fielder shading 5 steps to the left. Trevor Mars puts it away, out number 1. Well, he went inside, and it almost looked like Brendan Moore got his hips through and hands through on the inside pitch, just got underneath it a little bit too much.
Just couldn't get all of it, and unfortunately flew into the glove of Trevor Mars for that out.
Now the batter's Aaron Singh. Singh only 2 for 10 in postseason play, constitutes a 200 batting average. Singh, a member of the first team All-SCIAC. Swings at the second one and fouls it to the left side, 1-1.
Now, fortunately for Cosby, he's now facing up against that part of the lineup that really hasn't done a whole lot in the postseason. So he can relax, try and boost his confidence up.
1-1 way upstairs, 2-1. And for Cosby, one good sign has been retiring the leadoff hitter in all 4 innings.
Yeah, you got to respect what Cosby's done thus far. He's given up 2 runs off 2 hits. He's walked 1 runner. He's got 1 strikeout. But the fact that he's been able to limit any damage when he's faced it has been very impressive. He's only really given up 2 big hits.
And probably even more credit to Redlands on the very few chances they've had able to capitalize. Here's a chance right here for Singh, the 3-1. Misses, ball 4. A 1-out walk to Singh here in the bottom of the 4th, and now the tying run is aboard.
And Cosby has to be careful. This is how he allowed things to get out of control in the last inning, starting with a walk. He's fortunate he's not facing the big hitters of Redlands right now, but anything can happen, anything can change.
Christian Cosby trying to kind of do the same thing that Noah Jones was able to do in the last half inning and get a double play right here and get out of trouble. First pitch to Babbitt is outside, 1-0 the count.
That double play, I still can't believe that double play that we witnessed.
Check at first, and Singh's back in there safely. Upstairs on the 1-0, now 2-0.
Cosby's showing a lot of attention to first base for good reason, as Aaron Singh has 18 stolen bases on the regular season. So that's probably what they're talking about, how to deal with him.
And he had a career high this year with those 18 stolen bases, had 5 in his first year with Redlands, and then his sophomore season last year had 10, 18 this year.
So it's always a tricky situation for a pitcher when you're facing not only a decent hitter, but when you have a runner on base that you know can steal bases.
And you know Singh has to have that in his mind as he's the tying run here in the bottom of the 4th. Head coach Aaron Hawley for Redlands loves to roll the dice. Redlands, one of the top base stealing teams in all of SCIAC. You got to figure in some way, shape, or form, Singh's going to be off with a pitch soon. The 2-0 count to Babbitt. The lefty awaits. Cosby steps off. Infield in double play depth for Chapman. Outfield shading Babbitt to the left. So 2-0 misses, 3-0. So now Cosby having some location troubles after walking Singh. Has missed all 3 to Babbitt. The 3-0 is high, ball 4, back-to-back walks by Singh and Babbitt. And now the tying run is at second in scoring position. Go-ahead run at first, and the DH, Joey Warner, coming up.
Starting to look very ugly for Cosby.
Yeah, and even with Singh not even running on any of those pitches, you got to figure that was in Cosby's back of his mind. Maybe work a little bit quicker. Don't worry about being too fine with your pitches as he misses again here. 1-0 now to Joey Warner.
Now you got to worry about Singh trying to steal third.
Still only 1 out. Runners at first and second for Redlands. Joey Warner, the DH, 0 for 1 today. 3 unassisted in his first at bat. Up there against Cosby, but the count in his favor. The 1-0, thought about bunting, took it back 2-0. As Cosby has missed with 8 consecutive. And Jared Love, the first baseman, trying to settle him down.
Yeah, that's all he has to do is just relax. They're still up by a run. 1 out. He can't let this situation stress him out, rattle him. stick with it, make smart pitches, and try and get out of this inning.
The 2-0 is going to be fouled to the left side. 2-1. You mentioned Redlands, the top base stealing team in SCIAC, Chris. 108 stolen bases as a team this season.
And as you mentioned, they love to roll the dice. They love to take those risks. That's credited to their 33-9 regular season record.
Upstairs, 3-1. And just to show you how far Redlands ahead was in that stolen bases category, the number 2 team in that category for stolen bases, Kowloon, had 57. They almost doubled that. Big chance here for Joey Warner and Redlands. The 3-1 swung on into center field. Coming on in and making the catch is Connor Larkin for out number 2.
So there you go. Now you have yourself in a manageable situation. If you're Christian Cosby, you only need to get one more out. But don't get complacent here either, because he's had the tendency in this game thus far to not get out that third out right away.
Yeah, and with 2 outs now, you kind of can focus all your attention on just a batter. Stolen base is not going to harm you too much in this situation, as you have just one more out to get here in the 4th.
Not at all, because Aaron Singh, he can steal third.
This one's way outside. It gets past, and the runners move up 90 feet, second and third now.
Well, now that creates an issue. I was about to say, Aaron Singh can steal third, but he's not going to be able to advance unless he gets a hit. But if you throw a wild pitch like that, that's just throwing out the red carpet, saying, hey, come on in.
Still location issues. Back-to-back walks with 1 out. And then a 3-1 fly out to Joey Warner, but now misses completely on the first pitch to Kyle Cabry. 1-0 to Cabry is going to be popped up in shallow right center field. The center fielder, Larkin, calls everyone off. 5 steps to his left, makes the out. And Christian Cosby plays with fire here in the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th. Chapman still hanging on to a 3-2 lead over Redlands. You're watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV 3 and the SCIAC Network.
Time to wake up. I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job.
Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Top of the 5th, Billy Lopez alongside Chris Livingston. Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament between Chapman and Redlands. Chapman needing to win to force Game 7, have a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 5th. Noah Jones in on his 5th inning of work for Redlands. Top of the order due up for Chapman as Saruta takes a strike 0-1.
This game has really been living up to all the hype of a championship matchup. Both teams have been playing very hard. Chapman has really been using that motivation, really been using that hustle.
And Saruta fouls this one off, 0-2.
They've been pulling out all the stops to keep themselves in the lead. You knew it was going to be that kind of game when you saw Trevor Mars just diving into Rainier Aguilar for that first run.
Big collision at the plate. Back in the top of the third. The first run of the ball game. Chapman out in front 1-0. But then Redlands would answer with 2 of their own in the third to take a 2-1 lead. And then Chapman put on 2 more in the top of the fourth, and we stand at that score 3-2 here in the fifth. As the count's 1-2 to Alex Cerruta. 1 for 2 today. And gets his second hit into left field. Cerruta just continues his hot hitting here in postseason tournament.
Able to hit it right there in that gap in the outfield where there's no fielders in the vicinity. That ball just dropped right in the pocket that it needed to allow Cerruta to get his second base hit.
Second time that Chapman has had a leadoff runner. The first time was back in the first inning with Alex Cerruta getting a base hit to open up this championship game. As they squared a bunt right here, it gets it down once again, and Noah Jones gonna have to slap the tag on Aaron Wong running to first for out number 1.
Looks like the first inning all over again for Chapman.
Exactly like that, Chris. But for Chapman, they hope not exactly like the first inning. Despite having that leadoff runner and sacrifice bunt, they were unable to score Cerruta in the first inning. In steps Justin Stream, 0 for 2 today. Ground out to third and hit back to the pitcher. Takes a ball inside, 1-0. Top of the fifth, Chapman 3, Redlands 2. 1 out. Runner in scoring position, Cerruta at second. Justin Stream with the 1-0. Outside 2-0.
Stream, a senior from Orange, California, had a .355 regular season batting average, 23 RBIs, 21 runs, and 2 home runs. Cerruta looking for him to advance him to the plate.
Count in his favor. Jones is 2-0 as Cerruta bluffed, held up, and a 3-0 count now to Stream. In the last half inning, we saw Cosby struggle with location, walk 2 straight batters. Now after the sacrifice bunt, Noah Jones has missed. Behind in the count 3-0 to Justin Stream. Chapman looking to tack on some more runs here. Add to their 1-run lead here in the fifth.
With Cerruta on second with that lead, he had 7 stolen bases in the regular season.
And Stream takes a strike, 3-1. And Chapman themselves ran the bases pretty well. 53 stolen bases during the regular season. 3rd in SCIAC. Three and 1 the count to the designated hitter, Justin Stream. Jones looks at Cerruta at second. Now comes to Stream. The 3-1 is inside, ball 4. So 5-pitch walk to Stream. Chapman has runners at first and second, 1 out. And first baseman Jared Love coming up.
Now batting number 7, Jared Love.
Noah Jones putting himself into a rough situation, putting 2 runners on base with only 1 out. And You have a big hitter in Jared Love, who had 5 regular season home runs and 28 RBIs.
Jared Love 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a strikeout. Takes the ball 1-0. 5 for 14 for Love in the postseason. A 6'1" senior out of Brea. Looks to capitalize on a big time at bat.
In that first game against Redlands on Friday, Jared Love went 3 for 5, scoring 1 run. So he can get it done against this team.
Takes a strike, 1-1. Jared Love, a member of the first team All-SCIAC a year ago. Career batting average for Chapman at .337 with 22 career home runs. Has a chance here to break open this game for Chapman with runners at first and second. A check on the runner. Saruta at second. He's back in there with the head first dive. The first baseman, Jared Love, awaits a 1-1 from Jones. This one's hit into center field. Having a beat on it does Caber. He makes the catch, tagging and going from second to third easily is Alex Saruta.
And I was about to mention before Love made that hit that that's all he really needed to do was get a nice hit into the outfield to advance Saruta.
It's going to take a 2-out hit to drive in Saruta, or perhaps a wild pitch. Something of that nature to get him in from third. Gavin Blodgett, the third baseman, with runners at the corners here. 2 away in the top of the 5th, trying to extend their 3-2 lead.
Now his 4th through 7th spot in the Chapman lineup seems to be where their heart is as far as hitting. With Gavin Blodgett coming up now. He's 0 for 2, but he can really get some good hits as well.
And started that rally in the 4th inning by just hustling after rifling a ball to the second baseman, causing Will Hall to make the only error of the game. And 2 doubles later, 2 runs in, and Chapman has a 3-2 lead as they check on Saruta at third. And he's back there. So Blodgett 0 for 2, as you mentioned. A chance to atone himself here with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th. With Jones. Misses. 1-0. This one dips low. 2-0 to Blodgett. He's already walked 1 in the inning and 3 in the game. So walk away from walking his season high. Came against Whittier on the 24th of February. The 2-0 is going to be popped up right side in foul territory. The first baseman puts it away. Brendan Moore was there for the final out to get Blodgett in a big-time situation. So despite the leadoff single by Alex Saruta, they strand him at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Chapman still hanging on to a 3-2 lead.
You know, Jones got to be feeling good about getting out of that. But at the same time, you know, Chapman is feeling very frustrated that they couldn't advance their runners to score a run.
Yeah, for a second time, getting Saruta on base to lead off an inning. And unable to cash him in. That's something that they have not seen in their previous games in the tournament. Coming into today, Saruta was 6 for 11 with 2 walks, and he has scored 4 runs. Unable to do anything here in this game, as his hitters behind him have been unable to capitalize. So it'll be Christian Cosby to work here in the bottom of the 5th, halfway through here at Ben Hines Field. Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV3 and the SCIAC Network. 3-2 Chapman. Elimination game for Chapman, and they've done everything they've needed. Christian Cosby has been hurling a gem, followed by the timely hitting of Chapman. As we take a look at the softball scoreboard, Laverne up on top of CMS 2-0. In the 3rd inning over there. Squaring to bunt on the first one. It's a good one. The pitcher, Cosby, is going to take it himself and put the tag on Nick Ono for out number 1. So 1 out, base is empty. Top of the lineup now for Redlands. Will Hall comes in, 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time and scored on the 2-run double by Brendan Gardner.
This is the most dangerous part of Redlands' lineup. They're the ones that are able to put up these runs in their previous go-around.
Will Hall watches a strike, 0-1. This one's inside, misses, 1-1. Center fielder Connor Larkin shading Will Hall towards left center field. The lefty loves to go to the left side. The 1-1 goes to the left side with this one, but unfortunately right at the left fielder Trevor Mars for out number 2.
Now batting number 27, Brendan Gardner.
Cosby has been, as you mentioned, he's been pitching himself a gem. He's only given up 2 runs. He's walked 3 batters. He has 1 strikeout, but just what he's been able to do, getting these double plays, getting these great fielding opportunities for his infield.
As Gardner watches a strike, 0-1. Looks like Cosby getting back to his form that he had in the beginning of the game. Retired the first 8 Redland hitters. Has now retired 4 in a row and is looking for his 3rd 1-2-3 inning. As Gardner rolls over this one to the second baseman Wong over to first in time. Just like that, another 1-2-3 inning for Christian Cosby. Chapman still hanging on a 3-2 lead as we head to the top of the 6th. You're watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV3 and the SCIAC Network.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Top of the sixth. Top of the sixth here at Ben Hines Field. The site for the 2018 Baseball SCIAC postseason tournament. Number 2 seed Redlands against the number 3 seeded Chapman. Chapman up on top 3-2. Noah Jones still working on the mound. Now his 6th inning. How good has Jones been? I mean, he's given up 3 runs, but he's still been pretty decent.
He has, and if you look at his stats, he's pitched 5 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs. He's walked three batters, 1 strikeout, and 23 batters faced. So he's having himself a decent game. Despite those numbers, I mean, he's only given up 3 runs. It's still a 3-2 inning.
So here's Connor Larkin, the lefty. Takes a ball inside, 1-0. And both pitchers have pitched pretty well. It's just been those one situations where they do make a mistake. The other team has been able to capitalize with timely hitting.
And those occasions have been pretty rare in this game.
There's Larkin in on the hands, fights this one off. Right back to the pitcher. 1-3 on the putout for the first out here in the 6th. One away, base is empty. 3-2 Chapman. And Chapman's number 7 hitter, Jared Penniman, will come up.
And you know, for Chapman, coming out of the last inning without putting up any runs on the board, it had to have frustrated them. They're going to want to come out here right now, despite having 1 out, and try and put some additional runs on the board, try and cushion their lead.
Penniman takes a ball, 1-0. Penniman broke out of a slump, and his last at-bat was 2 for 13. And then he got a 2-run double back in the 4th to put Chapman back on top 3-2. That's where we still stand here in the 6th. As Noah Jones delivers the 1-0, and once again, Penniman shoots this one into center field. Cabry was able to retreat about 10 steps backwards for out number 2.
Is able to get under that, but unfortunately not able to give it the force it needed to drive it either over the fence or off the wall.
Noah Jones looks to match Christian Cosby. Cosby went 1-2-3 in the last half inning, has retired 5 in a row. Noah Jones looks to go 1-2-3 here with 2 outs. Bases empty for Joe Jimenez. He's retired 4 in a row. Jimenez takes a strike, 0-1. Jimenez is a guy that needs to get things going. He has 3 walks in the postseason, but it's a long 0 for 9 for Chapman.
And you have to respect what both these pitchers have been doing, getting all the way this far into the game.
0-1 to Jimenez is outside, 1-1.
Their coach is definitely trying to utilize as much as they can out of them to prevent having to dig deep into their bullpen, which they might need if there is that Game 7.
Noah Jones rocks and delivers. The 1-1's high, 2-1. And both of these teams have been in this position recently. Most recent for Redlands was last season. They were in championship game against Cal Lutheran and lost by a score of 3-2. That's the score right here. Chapman up on top of Redlands, 3-2. As Jimenez rolls over this one to the left side. Gardner over to first in time to retire the side. 1-2-3 down go Chapman here in the top of the 6th. We go bottom 6. Chapman trying to remain out in front, 3-2. So I mentioned Redlands. Their most recent success was last season, falling to Cal Lu in the championship game. For Chapman, it was in 2014, falling to Cal Lu in the championship game, 7-2. So both teams have been in this situation in the last 4 years, and both teams have come up empty. One of them is going to win today.
Well, both teams can be happy that Cal Lou wasn't in the tournament this year.
You know, that's actually surprising. They were doing the preseason rankings, and Cal Lou was a mile ahead of everyone else, having won 2 straight SCIAC postseason championships and 4 out of the last 5.
And you got to give credit to both these teams to make it this far, beating Laverne in back-to-back games yesterday in their house to face off each other again today.
So Christian Cosby, 5 in a row retired by Cosby. Last half inning, worked a quick 1-2-3 inning. Only exhausted 8 pitches. As we move to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for Redlands. Rainier Aguilar, Brendan Moore, and Aaron Singh. As Rainier Aguilar gets ready to check in. To lead off the bottom of the 6th, his team trails by a run, 3-2. Aguilar 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a grind out. Takes a strike, 0-1.
You can see the confidence in these pitchers slowly coming back with how quickly they've been able to get out of their respective innings.
Misses outside on the 0-1. Count evens up at 1.
Wasn't long ago when it seemed like the world was crashing on Cosby. He was in some very difficult situations, but was able to pull out of them.
1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. Cosby's walked 3 batters. Behind the leadoff hitter Aguilar here, 2-1. They shade Aguilar towards right center field in the outfield. 2-1 foul to the right, 2-2. Aguilar has an open stance at the plate. Generally that means they like to pull it, but Aguilar himself loves to see the ball more. Watches it come deeper into the plate and drive that ball right center field. Has a lot of power towards the opposite field. As he waves the bat around. Now Cosby into the wind. The 2-1 is swung on to the left side. Foul. 2-2.
Swung a little too late on that one. Very fortunate it went foul. Gavin Blodgett was waiting to pick it up and throw it to Jared Love.
Chapman 3-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Leadoff hitter Rainier Aguilar trying to get things going for Redlands as he pops up the 2-2, middle of the infield. The second baseman, shading his eyes from the sun, makes the catch in shallow right center field for out number 1. 1 out, bases empty in the bottom of the 6th for the first baseman, Brendan Moore. Moore's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. The junior trying to knot up this game as he takes a ball outside 1-0. Christian Cosby rocks and delivers. 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1.
There's a large gap in between second and short. You would think one of these batters would try and take advantage of that open space.
Comes up empty again, back-to-back strikes, 1-2. Brendan Moore having his best season as a junior for Redlands. Drove in a Career high 40 runs, comes up empty here. 3 straight swings and misses. A second strikeout for Christian Cosby. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Aaron Singh, the shortstop, coming up.
That is only Christian Cosby's second strikeout of the game. You know he's got to be feeling good about himself getting out of those first 4 spots in the lineup again without allowing any runs.
Yeah, Singh watches the ball dip low, 1-0. 7 straight, retired since walking back-to-back back in the 4th for Cosby. An out away from reaching 8 in a row, which is what he did to begin the ball game, as he misses to Singh inside, 2-0. Infield and outfield, plays Singh straight up. The 2-0. Inside, 3-0.
Cosby wants to be careful. He walked Singh last time, and that seemed to become the beginning of some of the issues he was facing.
He would miss on 8 straight after that walk. In danger of here, walking him again, the 3-0. Finds the strike zone, 3-1. Singh 0 for 1. Grounded out and walked. 2 outs, base is empty in the bottom of the 6th. Redlands still looking to tie this game up as they trail by a run, 3-2. Cosby, the right-handers. 3-1 is low, ball 4. He's walked Singh again, 2 outs. And Redlands has the tying run aboard in the form of Aaron Singh, who carries with him 18 stolen bases on the season.
And once again, that creates a huge distraction if you're Christian Cosby on the mound, as Singh being on first forced Cosby to walk Babbitt following his walk of Singh in their last go-around.
He immediately checks Singh at first. He's back in there safely. Inning began with Aguilar popping out to the second baseman in shallow right center field. And Cosby would strike out more. Another check at first, and this time they got Aguilar. A beautiful pickoff by Christian Cosby, and Aguilar is out number 3 on the base pads. Tough break there for Redlands. We head to the late innings now. Top of the 7th, Chapman 3, Redlands 2. You're watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV 3 and the SCIAC Network.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Top of the 7th, Chapman with a 3-2 lead over Redlands. 9-1 and 2 due up for Chapman. Noah Jones working on his 7th inning. He was the starter today for Redlands. Recap the scoring for you. In the 3rd inning, Chapman left fielder Trevor Mars walked with 1 out. Came around to score on the RBI double by Wong to make the score 1-0. And in the bottom half of the 3rd, a walk and a single with 2 outs led to the Gardner 2-run double to give Redlands a 2-1 lead. And then in the top of the 4th, the error by Will Hall, followed by the double by Larkin, and then the 2-run double by Penniman gave Chapman a 3-2 lead, as this one's rocked into center field for a leadoff base knock for Trevor Mars.
Nice hit. I've been talking about all day, that gap in between second and short. Both teams have left it wide open. And Trevor Mars, once again, a reliable bat for Chapman, able to take advantage of that gap and get a nice base hit.
In steps the leadoff hitter, Alex Ceruto, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Infield and double play depth for Redlands as Ceruto watches a pitch low, 1-0. Chapman trying to tack on some more runs here. They narrowly lead 3-2. There goes the runner on a pitch out. The throw to second is close, and it'll be safe. Noah Jones with his hands on his head. Thought they had him. It's a heads-up play out there. Again, you see the hustle by Chapman.
They're going all out today, and they don't care. They don't care if they hurt themselves. They're giving everything they got right now to get this win, to take this to another game.
The play was bang, bang right there as we take a look at the replay.
The second big collision that we've seen between a Chapman runner and a Redlands defender in today's game.
So Trevor Mars, he was the same guy that ran in to the catcher on the relay home to score the opening run of the game. Runs into the shortstop, Aaron Singh, right there. Ceruto fouls that one off. Pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Mars is hoping to win that championship regardless if he separates his shoulder or not.
2-1 the count to Ceruto. Runner in scoring position at second with nobody out here in the top of the 7th.
Ideal situation for Chapman. A nice base hit will allow Mars to round the bases to home.
The lefty Jones sets at the chest. The look at Mars at second. A long look, and he'll step off.
Noah Jones feeling the presence of Trevor Mars at second.
And 2-1. Ceruto squared to bunt and bunted it foul. Count evens up at 2. Trevor Mars singled and stole second to lead off this 7th inning. Ceruto, the leadoff hitter, is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a 2-2 count. Nobody out. 3-2 Chapman.
As mentioned, this is a huge, ideal situation for Chapman. No outs. You have one of your best hitters at the plate. You have a risk taker in Mars on second.
Ceruto is gonna take this one low, and it'll hit him. Now Chapman with runners at first and second for the second baseman, Aaron Wong. And Aaron Wong has put together a pretty nice game. He had the RBI double to drive in Mars for the opening run, and the other 2 times, not selfish, able to lay down the sacrifice bunt to advance the runners. Maybe we have the same situation here, except this time putting 2 runners in scoring position. But we'll take a look to see if this is going to be the final time we will see Noah Jones.
It looks like it. I see someone coming out of the bullpen. I'm not sure if he's actually going to run out onto the field or if they're going to try and just talk to Noah Jones and brief him on what to do with these upcoming batters.
And the head coach, Aaron Hawley, loves to listen to his players. Former player for Redlands himself. Started out coaching back in 2003 for Redlands as an assistant.
And it looks like they'll leave him out there.
And it's exactly what he does.
So the pitcher will go back into the bullpen that's been warming up.
And sometimes you'll have coaches that just pull the dice on you, won't even hear you. This one, a former player himself for the same university, believes in just listening to the players and feeling out the situation. Rolls the dice with Noah Jones here. First and second, nobody out. Second baseman Aaron Wong coming up.
And that's great confidence in Noah Jones, because Jones, I mean, you got to even give him credit coming this far into the game, or the top of the 7th. He's been in situations like this before in this game, and he's come out without allowing any runs. So that's great confidence in his pitcher.
And they picked him off on a heads-up play. You had the shortstop Singh dart to his position, and then the second baseman Will Hall sneak up behind him on a beautiful pickoff to get Trevor Mars.
There was a lot of motion going on back there. You see Will Hall just kind of roundabout and make a nice grab.
As Mars was just lost right there, then realized what they were doing and was just a little too late. A huge out, number 1.
A lot of strategy and trickery there. Gives them their first out.
And credit to Redlands. One thing, practicing that in practice. It's another thing of executing it here in a championship game. So the runner at first is Alex Saruda. Aaron Wong, the righty. Here's a pickoff attempt, and it throws it past the first baseman. And now here comes the runner. It'll be held at third with 1 out. So from a great play by Noah Jones to a not-so-great play. And now Chapman has a runner at third with 1 out.
It's amazing what can happen. Imagine had they not got Mars out on that last pickoff, and then this happens. Then you would find yourself down 4-2.
A 2-base error by Noah Jones on the throw to first. Now the infield for Redlands comes in, trying to protect and prevent Chapman from getting out in front by more than 1. They lead 3-2 in the top of the 7th, and before a pitch is thrown to Aaron Wong. Aaron Wong's just been waiting for a pitch, has not been able to see one. And the pickoff of Trevor Mars, and then the error on the attempted pickoff of Saruda. And now Rainier Aguilar goes out there to check on Jones.
As you mentioned, Redlands is a team that takes a lot of risks, whether it be picking off or whether it be stealing bases. But those moves have been necessary for this team, and it is credited to how far they've gone in this tournament and this season.
Wong watches a strike, 0-1. Wong is 1 for 1 with an RBI double. Also has 2 sacrifice bunts. Infield in, outfield straight away to Wong. Wong fouls this one off. He's in the hole, 0-2.
That pitch is low and down the middle, and Wong not able to make the contact he wanted, fouling it off.
3 runs, 6 hits for Chapman. 2 runs, 2 hits for Redlands. In the top of the 7th, the 0-2 is outside, 1-2 to Wong.
He went high and outside with that pitch that time, hoping to catch Wong off guard, catch him swinging. Great job by Wong to lay off of that pitch.
Still only 1 out in the top of the 7th. Runner at third is Saruda. Infield in for Redlands. The 1-2 is going to plunk Aaron Wong right around the left thigh. Back-to-back hit by pitches by Noah Jones. Runners at the corners for Chapman. For the DH, Justin Stream. And this time, Aaron Holly will go to the pen. Already signaled down there. As we await who comes out. The ball is taken from Aaron Holly.
I believe that is number 23, Austin Williams. You got to give credit to Noah Jones. He pitched a great game. He ends the game with 6.1 innings pitched, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, walking 3 hitters, 1 strikeout, and 29 batters faced.
Yeah, and only 2 runs have been earned, but there's still 2 on base, so that run category could inflate if it isn't Austin Williams able to get things done for him. Austin Williams, the sophomore, 6'3", out of Redlands, California. Not too far from home where he goes and plays baseball and goes to school.
He had a 2.08 ERA on the regular season and 5 strikeouts in 19 appearances. Pitched 17.1 innings throughout the regular season. And he will get the call to limit the damage and prevent Chapman from scoring any additional runs.
Austin Williams has yet to pitch in the postseason for Redlands. That comes into a big spot. Trying to induce a double play. 1 out with the runners at the corners against the DH Justin Stream. 0 for 2 today with a walk.
The big benefit for Redlands here is even though you're going to your bullpen now, you don't need to pull your best pitchers into the game yet. If you lose this game, that's fine. You can let all your best players go at it in the final game.
That's a little bit of a benefit that Redlands has as well. And also winning 2 games, not having to play 3 games, puts them as well at an advantage by not exhausting as many arms as Chapman already has.
If you're Chapman, you want to score here because you don't want it to get to the point where you have to pull your best players into the game and exhaust them and just hurt your chances of victory in the upcoming game.
So here's Justin Stream. A big chance here for Chapman. And he's going to promptly bang this one down the right field line. Fair ball to roll all the way to the fence. Scoring from third easily is Alex Saruda, getting the wave home and scoring on the 2-run double is Aaron Wong. Justin Stream delivers off of Austin Williams. It is now 5-2 Chapman here in the top of the 7th.
Justin Stream finally came through with a nice hit in the right field. Finally advancing Saruda, finally getting a run. As you look at that hit, just nice, falls right where it needs to, near the foul line.
It's the second time a runner has scored from first to home on a double by Chapman. As Coach Scott Laverty, as this one's going to be rolled over to the shortstop. Long throw to first in time by Aaron Singh for the 2nd out. Jared Love retires. It'll be Gavin Blodgett. I was mentioning, the head coach, Scott Laverty, loves to run the bases for Chapman, and that's why one of these teams, and Chapman showing off everything that they've put in, all the practice, and how they're able to take great angles on the base pads and score from first to home on a hit. So the runner at second is Justin Stream. Big 2 RBI double. They give Chapman now a 5-2 lead as Blodgett takes a strike 0-1. Both of those runs charged to Noah Jones. As Williams inherited runners at the corners. Runner at second is his responsibility. 2 outs, runner at second, he'll step off.
Blodgett 0 for 3 on the day, but did have one nice hit earlier that created an error when the ball bounced out of Will Hall's glove.
This one's going to be hit deep to left field. Long run for Nick Ono at the track. Makes the catch for out number 3. A long, loud out number 3 off the bat of Gavin Blodgett. But Chapman strikes for 2 more. On the 2-run double by Justin Stream, now have a 5-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Ball just floats up there. Wasn't able to carry over the fence.
And just as we've been seeing, wind always coming from left to right. Really hard to get a hold of one here at Ben Hines Field and hit one out towards the left field. The wind will just beat down on the ball as we saw right there. The story of the game is Christian Cosby. See him warming up right here, working on his now 7th inning of work, and he's held this all-star lineup of Chapman in order. 6 innings, only allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, has walked 4, but he's been able to work out of trouble there while striking out 2 batters as well.
And he's done everything he's needed to, and he's been put in some very tough situations where you would assume that the game would get out of hand, but he stuck with it and he was able to overcome those situations. And he's been able to hold those top 4 members of the lineup, the most dangerous part of Redlands' lineup. He's been able to hold them down to 2 hits total between the 4 of them.
Yeah, and for Chapman, you got to love it that he's only a junior. You're going to have him coming back in his senior year. And had his best season thus far, 52 innings pitched, a 3.29 ERA. And now he's going to work against the top lineup in SCIAC in the playoffs in an elimination game. And is pitching a 2-hitter. Cosby's first pitch is inside, ball 1 to Babbitt.
You got to give Cosby a lot of credit, too, for how he got that 3rd out in the last inning. Just picking off Aaron Singh, a guy who's very notorious, very dangerous when he's a base runner.
Just a 1-0, and that one's rocked to right field. Long run for Alex Saruda. He's going to look up. It'll be off the face of the fence. And sliding into second with a leadoff double is Jordan Babbitt. Only the 3rd hit of the game for Redlands. It comes to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Babbitt's got to be feeling good about that one. Able to get a nice hit into left. Once again, another ball that you would think would go out of the park, but just drops just below the yellow line on the wall. Able to get a nice double play to get things going for Redlands.
So after the leadoff double, Redlands trying to execute a comeback here. As Warner watches a ball upstairs, 1-0. Not hard hit by Babbitt, but that just gets up there in the stream of the winds going towards right field, and it carries. Cosby out of the stretch. Comes to his hitter, finds the outer part of the plate. 1-1 to Warner. Warner's 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. A 1-1. 1-2 on a beautiful pitch on the outside part. Warner 0 for 5 in the postseason. Looking for his first postseason hit as he comes up empty on a nasty swing for out number 1.
Christian Cosby worked on the outside and then brought it inside. Joey Warner just swung and missed to give Christian Cosby his 3rd strikeout of the game.
And that's the confidence in Cosby. You surrender the leadoff double, but then just attack the next hitter, get him swinging on 4 pitches. Here's Cabrey as he shoots this one towards the middle of the infield. A great play by the second baseman, Wong. Going up the middle, fielding it on his backhand, throwing against his body. A strike to first. I tell you, there has been 2 errors in this game, but we've also seen pretty good defense.
That was some great defense. I liked how Christian Cosby got out of the way. He didn't even attempt to make a grab at it and allowed for Aaron Wong to field it and make a nice throw off his back foot all the way to first.
So it's up to the number 9 hitter, Nick Ono. Got the rally started in the 3rd inning back when Redlands scored their only 2 runs of the game. Watches a ball outside 1-0. Third baseman, Blodgett. Just in front of the infield grass. As Ono is going to soft serve this one up to center field in time for Connor Larkin to get there for out number 3.
How about it? Christian Cosby getting through 7 innings, only allowing 2 runs, not allowing Redlands to do what they do best and put runs on the board.
So we head to the top of the 8th. Chapman 5, Redlands 2. You're watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV 3 and the SCIAC Network.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Top of the 8th here at Ben Hines Field. Chapman trying to force a do-or-die Game 7 between Redlands and themselves. Here in Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament. New pitcher for Redlands will be Cal Bridges. The freshman out of Fremont, California, will try to keep the score to a 3-run lead for Chapman and give his Redland hitters a chance to put on some runs in the bottom half of the inning. Redlands will have the top of the order due up in that inning. But due up to bat for Chapman here in the 8th will be 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Connor Larkin, Jared Penniman, and Joe Jimenez. A lot of action by Connor Larkin and Jared Penniman. Chris, you mentioned before the game that these would be 2 of the hitters to watch for on the Chapman side of things, and they haven't disappointed.
That is true. Connor Larkin has had himself a great 2 days. He put up 5 RBIs on his own yesterday, including a home run against Laverne, and today he's doing damage as well. Jared Penniman with a very, very big, very crucial double that he hit earlier when that ball landed just in play to help score some runs. So these 2 guys are really making a difference. And then you got Trevor Mars, who's coming up too, after Joe Jimenez, who has really been a star in this game as well.
So Cal Bridges in on relief of Austin Williams, the right-handed pitcher. Comes to Larkin, the strike, 0-1. Cal Bridges on the year, 9 appearances, 1-0 on the year. 11 in the third innings pitch, has allowed 11 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, walked 4 and struck out 7, and posted a 3.97 ERA. 0-1 to Larkins off the end of the bat, 0-2. Larkin 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored for Chapman. Leads off this 8th inning. So righty, a long look. Now comes 0-2, called strike 3, and Larkin window shops for out number 1 here in the 8th.
Not what Larkin was looking to do coming out here.
So 1 out, bases empty for the shortstop, Jared Penniman. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. That 2-run double gave Chapman a 3-2 lead way back in the 4th. He added 2 in the 7th to have a 5-2 lead now as Penniman watches a strike.
Penniman, a junior from Henderson, Nevada, had a .350 batting average during the regular season, 26 RBIs, 15 runs, and 5 stolen bases.
0-1 misses inside, 1-1. First ball thrown by Cal Bridges. Struck out Larkin on 3 and started Penniman 0-1. 1-1, 1 out. Bases empty, 5-2 Chapman here in the 8th. Bridges into the wind, the 1-1 is going to be hit into center field. Moving over 5 steps to his left is Cabry in center for out number 2.
Two up, 2 down pretty quickly for Cal Bridges.
Final line on Noah Jones, 6 in the third innings pitch, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 3 and struck out 1. In the final line on Austin Williams, 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Jimenez watches one miss outside, 1-0. Looming on deck is the left fielder, Trevor Mars.
For Joe Jimenez, he did not face Redlands in the regular season at all. So
Takes a pitch inside, 2-0, and has yet to register a hit in the postseason, 0 for 10 now. Looking to break out of a big slump. 2 outs, bases empty in the top of the 8th. Bridges' third pitch finds the strike zone, 2-1.
a sophomore from San Francisco. He had a .208 regular season batting average, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs, as well as 13 runs. So he can hit. He just needs to overcome the postseason.
So the count evens at 2 after Jimenez fouls it to the left side. Cal Bridges trying to work a clean 1-2-3 top the 8th. Get the Redlands bats back out there. This one's in the dirt and the count works full. Redlands pitchers have walked 3 batters today, all coming from the starter Noah Jones, in danger of walking number 4 here. The payoff pitch from Bridges is outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk will keep the top of the 8th alive. Trevor Mars, who's had his name written all over this game, comes in. Mars 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, a walk, and a run scored. And is also taking out 2 Redland players with a couple of headfirst dives.
You got to give credit to Jimenez. Although he hasn't registered a hit in the postseason, this is his 3rd walk.
2 walks today for Jimenez. And first pitch swinging was Mars. Fouls it off to the right, 0-1.
Trevor Mars has been a star of the game with not only his hitting, but just his hustle and durability.
Only batted .211 during the regular season with a homer and 3 RBIs, but one of the unsung heroes in this Game 6 as he watches one miss outside 1-1. Mars still a freshman out of Monrovia, California. Bridges out of the stretch, the 1-1. Foul tip to the left side, 1-2. So Bridges now a strike away from getting out of this 8th inning.
Mars is taking quite a beating in this game with 2 big-time collisions, one at home and one at second base. Really showing his determination to help Chapman win this game.
Unfortunately enough, he's been safe both times, as well as uninjured. 1-2 the count to Mars with Jimenez at first. Jimenez reached on a 2-out walk here in the top of the 8th. Chapman 5, Redlands 2. Bridges comes, sets at the chest, out of the stretch. The 1-2 to Mars is going to be lifted to the left side, and it's going to clear the netting and head foul.
Mars being defensive at the plate, not trying to get struck out.
Mars only had 19 at-bats in the regular season. Has had 7 already in the postseason. Again, the 1-2 is put in play on the right side. The second baseman, Will Hall, on a couple of hops over to first in time for out number 3. So Cal Bridges works away from the 2-out walk. He's surrendered. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base here in the top of the 8th as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Chapman 5, Redlands 2.
And one of the big stories of this game, Billy, as I mentioned, could have been something that would occur in this game, is the bats of Redlands. They've been quiet for the most part today, registering only 3 hits. And this is a team that throughout the entire postseason has just been dominant, putting up at least 10 runs in every game.
13 in the first one against Chapman, and then 10 against Verne yesterday. 23 runs scored in 18 innings, but it's been that guy right there, Christian Cosby, who has shut them down. 3 hits, 2 runs, both coming in the 3rd inning off of the 2-run double by Brendan Gardner. Other than that, Cosby has been able to either dominate. He's set down 7 in a row, 8 in a row respectively today. And in the times when he has got himself in trouble, he's been able to find himself out. So you take a look at the wind still blowing out towards right field. The flag's posted right next to the right field foul pole, 327 feet down the line here at Ben Hines Field. Started off at a sunny 81 degrees. Nothing but clear skies, but now the clouds coming over, providing some shade for the players here in the championship game. As Chapman is 6 outs away from forcing Game 7. Leadoff hitter Will Hall swings at the first one, hits it to the right side. Aaron Wong, the second baseman, over to first in time to retire Hall.
Now batting number 27, Brendan Gardner.
So quickly, 1 pitch, 1 out. And the SCIAC Baseball Player of the Year, Brendan Gardner, comes up. Gardner 1 for 3 with a 2-run double, drove in both of the runs for Redlands. Now bats with 1 out and the base is empty. Here in the bottom of the 8th, way outside, 1-0. Infield and outfield, playing Gardner straight up. The lefty with a slight crouch, waves his bat across the strike zone, sets it on his left shoulder, and takes low, 2-0.
You got to respect what Cosby's been able to do today, getting this deep into the game. And just been able to limit Redlands to what they've been able to do.
Finds the strike zone, 2-1. The 2-1 is outside, 3-1. Coming into this game, Christian Cosby, most innings worked in a game this season was 7. Back on March 28th against George Fox, went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, as he loses Gardner here with 1 out in the 8th. A 5-pitch walk.
Now batting number 14, Aguilar.
So he's hit his season high in innings pitched, and actually his career high here at Chapman as well. 7 1/3 thus far. 3 hits, 2 runs allowed. As Rainier Aguilar steps in, the senior catcher, 0 for 3 today.
He's hoping to change that here.
Takes a beautiful pitch on the outside corner and a nice frame job by Jimenez. 0-1. Runner at first is Gardner. Reached on the walk as this one's in the dirt. Jimenez couldn't find it. Able to find it, but Gardner stays put at first. 1-1 the count to Aguilar.
As mentioned multiple times throughout the game, this is the part of the lineup that can cause the most damage in favor of Redlands. And right now with Gardner on base and Aguilar at the plate.
With a 2-1 count in his favor.
You know, Cosby just wants to get through this part of the lineup because then things become a lot more manageable for him as we move forward.
Middle of the infield in double play depth. The 2-1 is going to be hit into center field. Ranging 5 steps back to make the catch is Connor Larkin. A long 0 for 4 for the number 3 hitter Aguilar.
Great throw by Connor Larkin. A lot of arm strength to hold Gardner at first because Gardner was getting ready to tag out and move to second.
And Gardner definitely does have the speed. Racked up 26 stolen bases, was only caught 2 times during the regular season. In steps Brendan Moore. 2 outs. A runner at first here in the bottom of the 8th. 5-2 Chapman. Cosby out of the stretch, and Moore pops this one up. Now left side in shallow left field. The shortstop, Jared Pettiman, makes the catch to retire the side here in the bottom of the 8th as we go to the 9th inning here in Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV 3 and the SCIAC Network.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it.
Top of the 9th here. Ben Hines Field, Game 6 of the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament between the number 2 seeded Redland Bulldogs and the number 3 seeded Chapman Panthers. Chapman needing to win this one to force Game 7, and they've done just about that. Have a 5-2 lead and look to add to that 5-2 lead here against Cal Bridges. Cal Bridges came in on relief for Austin Williams in the last half inning. Worked a scoreless 8th while picking up a strikeout and walking one batter.
Chapman has done everything that they've needed to do to keep themselves in the lead to push this to Game 7.
Top of the lineup for Chapman: Alex Saruda, Aaron Wong, and Justin Stream here in the 9th. Saruda, 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a hit by pitch, has scored a run. And he shoots this one to left field. Nick Ono ranging towards his right about 10 steps for out number 1.
A nice hit, hitting it with the center of the barrel of the bat. Fortunately, not able to go as far or as high as he needed. And Nick Ono was waiting for that ball for the first out.
So quickly, 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 9th. Base is still empty for the second baseman, Aaron Wong, who's 1 for 1 with a RBI double, 2 sacrifice bunts, a hit by pitch, and has scored a run as he stands there. They count 1-0. 86 degrees here at the ballpark. Started at 81. As Wong watches that one for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 to Wong is lifted into the center field. Long run for Cabry. Makes the catch for out number 2. A beautiful defensive play by Cabry, turned directly with his back against the infield to run and locate that ball. 20 steps.
It's again another nice hit by a Chapman hitter. Aaron Wong able to get all of that, but wasn't able to clear the full 410 feet.
2 outs, base is empty for the DH Justin Stream. Whacks that one to the left side. Gardner, the third baseman, shows off the arm yet again for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Cal Bridges and Redlands. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, Chapman 5, Redlands 2. Redlands need 3 at least to tie and not have to go to a Game 7. Chapman needing 3 outs to force the Game 7.
But now the question is, who does Chapman go with at the mound? Are they going to bring Christian Cosby back out to finish it, or are they going to use someone else?
Cosby has worked 8 innings, a career high for him.
He has pitched a gem, but it looks like, from the looks of it, he's not going to end this game.
So it'll be number 33, Cody Turner, the freshman out of Valencia, California. He'll be asked to get the final 3 outs, pick up the save, and force Game 7.
Cody Turner, a freshman from Valencia, California, right-handed pitcher. He has a .55 ERA in 13 appearances and 23 strikeouts and 16.1 innings pitched in the regular season.
So yes, he is a freshman, but he's got swing and miss stuff. 16 1/3, 23 strikeouts. You know you got good stuff when you have more strikeouts than innings pitched. And he'll face 5, 6, and 7 of the Redlands lineup: Aaron Singh, Jordan Babbitt, and Joey Warner. Fortunately for him, it is not one of the 1 through 4 hitters. If he does get in trouble, looming around the corner are those bats of Redlands.
Cody Turner The only game where he actually gave up anything over a perfect ERA was March 11th against Vassar when he put up an ERA of 9.
Ran into trouble in that outing, only worked an inning, gave up 2 hits and walked 2 batters.
And he has not pitched in the postseason thus far.
Seven straight scoreless appearances by Cody Turner. Misses on the first one to Aaron Singh, 1-0 the count. Turner sets just above the belt, the 1-0. Misses high, 2-0 to Aaron Singh.
Joe Jimenez will go to talk to him, calm him down. Yeah, I think the freshman's feeling a little anxious coming out there into the mound with the lead in a winner-go-home situation.
7 1/3 straight scoreless innings for Cody Turner. Trying to extend it here for Chapman as he misses inside, 3-0. Aaron Singh 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. He was picked off to end the 6th by Christian Cosby. The 3-0 to Singh. In there, 3-1. Cosby went 8 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, walked 5 and struck out 3. Did everything he could to put Chapman in position to force Game 7. Now it's up to Turner. The 3-1, inside corner, 3-2. So from 3-0 to 3-2, Turner works the count full. Aaron Singh now having to protect with 2 strikes.
Redlands is a very capable team to tie this game.
Inside ball for a leadoff walk for Aaron Singh. His 3rd straight walk today. And Redlands, a leadoff runner here in the 9th. Will bring up the right fielder, Jordan Babbitt. 1 for 2 with a walk and a double. Aaron Singh, the patience. 3 walks today. Had 1 in the previous 2 postseason games. So lefty Babbitt have his first at bat against Turner. Takes a strike, 0-1.
As I was saying, Redlands is a very capable team to tie this game or even take the lead. Throughout the postseason, they've had 3 innings where they've scored 3+ runs.
Babbitt, a little half-hearted swing. He's in the hole now, 0-2. Tying run on deck in Joey Warner. Infield and double play depth for Chapman. Outfield shading Babbitt towards left center field. Outside, 1-2. Babbitt not going to offer on that one.
Cody Turner just needs to relax a little bit. He's throwing a lot of pitches to the outside.
Babbitt hits this one into left center field. The long run for the center fielder. It's going to get down for a base hit. And it's going to get past the right fielder. They're going to hold everybody at third. A little bloop double for Jordan Babbitt. And now runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. And the tying run in the form of the DH Joey Warner coming up.
That was a nice hit by Babbitt. You see Connor Larkin trying to get the gain ground to make that grab. stretches out, but unfortunately, he was not able to make the grab. The ball falls over his glove and allowing the runners of Redlands to get some momentum and get into scoring position.
And Mason Collins, excuse me, actually John Pacheco, the freshman out of Moreno Valley, is going to pinch run at second for Jordan Babbitt. Not sure if Larkin lost a step out there in center field. It was an awkward route to the ball. Looked like he had it under control, then realized he had to speed up his momentum, and then went into a full dive and was just out of the reach by about a foot. So here's Joey Warner. The lefty's 0 for 3 today. Bats with 2 in scoring position. Comes up empty 0-1 on the first pitch. Infield and outfield straight away. Cody Turner pitching himself in trouble. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2.
If you're Cody Turner, if you get a strikeout here, or at least some sort of out, you could feel a little bit better about your situation.
He had 23 strikeouts in 16 1/3 innings. We're seeing the swing and a miss stuff right here to Joey Warner. The 0-2 from Turner is swung on and missed, and the tag will be applied to Warner. Second time Warner has struck out today, and that'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Chapman now 2 outs away from forcing Game 7. It'll be the center fielder, Kyle Cabry, 0 for 3 today. A couple of flyouts and a ground out. Right-handed batter trying to keep the hopes alive for Redlands and not having to go into a Game 7. As this one is going to hit him. Looked like it just got a piece of the jersey, and the bases are going to be loaded. So the tying run is now at first in Cabry, and the winning run is at the plate in Nick Ono.
Oh wow, I don't even think I saw the ball hit Cabry.
Nervous times here at Ben Hines for Chapman. A lot of Redlands fans in attendance here, cheering on this team, trying to rally down 3 here in the bottom of the 9th. They have all 3 men on base. The winning run at the plate. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out. Bases loaded for Nick Ono. Ono takes a strike, 0-1.
Your Cody Turner, you just have to relax, breathe, and make each pitch count. If you give up 1 run, that's fine, but don't give up a multi-base hit where you find yourself in a tie game going into extra innings.
Ono's gonna pop this one up. Joe Jimenez, the catcher, in foul territory. He can't make the play. It pops out of his glove. Nick Ono will have second life.
Wow, it took me a second to get my jaw off the ground after that drop. Look at it. Jimenez had it. Hits the palm of his glove and pops out. You know he's got to be frustrated and kicking himself for that, because that could have been a second out with bases loaded.
Nick Ono now in the hole. 0-2 the count. The first error by Chapman gives Nick Ono a second chance. 0-2 is outside, 1-2.
I still can't believe that drop, but that's usually a sure thing. All the air was sucked out of this press box.
Looming on deck is the second baseman, Will Hall. Turner sets above the belt. The 1-2 to Ono is put in play to the left side. The third baseman steps on the bag for one over to first in time for a double play. Chapman wins this one 5-2 and will force Game 7 in just a little bit of time.
Wow, that escalated quickly and changed really fast. For a second there, it seemed like Redlands was about to make a comeback, even possibly take the lead this late in the game. But a series of crazy events. You have a hit by a pitch, you have that dropped foul by Jimenez, and then just an awesome fielding attempt by Gavin Blodgett to get the runner out and get that double play.
We'll recap the scoring for you. Scoring began in the top of the third. Trevor Mars scored on the RBI double by Aaron Wong to make it 1-0. Redlands would answer back in the bottom half of the third. A 2-run double by Brendan Gardner, scoring Will Hall and Nick Ono to make it a 2-1 Redlands lead. Chapman would answer in the top of the fourth. 2 runs on the 2-run double by Jared Penniman, scoring Gavin Blodgett and Connor Larkin to give them a 3-2 lead. And then Chapman would add 2 more in the 7th on the 2-run double by Justin Stream to make it 5-2. Got nervous here in the bottom of the 9th. They had the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the dish, and Nick Ono bounced in to a double play to end Game 6 and force Game 7 here in about 30 minutes.
And let's not forget to recognize probably the savior of this game and of this series for Chapman and Christian Cosby. He played amazing, did what he had to do for 8 innings, and then allowed Cody Turner to come out here and seal the deal.
Christian Cosby, 8 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs allowed, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Christian Cosby picks up the win. Noah Jones picks up the loss for Redlands. Final box score, 5 runs, 7 hits for Chapman, 2 runs, 4 hits for Redlands. You've been watching the 2018 SCIAC Baseball Postseason Tournament on LVTV 3 and the SCIAC Network. Billy Lopez and Chris Livingston saying goodbye.